Dear student, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, grade 11, lecture number 35, and the topic is Charles law. In the previous lecture, I told you the Boyle's law and Charles law and explained the critical definition of Charles law. At a constant pressure, the volume of given mass of gas is increased or decreased by 1/273 times of its original volume. At 0 degrees Celsius, every 1 degree rise or fall in temperature respectively is called critical form of the Charles law. For this preliminary investigations, Charles law observed that gases such as hydrogen, carbon dioxide gas, oxygen, they are different gases, different masses, expanded equally on heating from 0 degree centigrade to 80 degree centigrade at a constant pressure. Now we have to explain, derive derivation of critical form of the Charles law. Form of law. Suppose the volume of the gas at 0 degree centigrade is equal to V naught. Suppose volume of the gas at 0 degree centigrade is equal to V naught. Volume at 1 degree centigrade is equal to V naught plus V naught 1/273. And if you have a 2 degree centigrade volume at 2 degree Celsius will be equal to V naught plus V naught 2/273. So at any temperature, volume at certain temperature, then V naught divided by 273. So if you take out the volume at certain temperature, then the equation will be V naught 1 plus temperature 273 by this law. 1 plus T over 273. So if you are going to do at 273, then V naught will be equal to V at certain temperature is equal to V naught 273 plus T divided by 273. So temperature at degree Celsius plus 273 is called absolute, we call this Kelvin temperature, so which is denoted by capital T. So temperature degree Celsius plus 273 Kelvin temperature capital T, which is called absolute temperature. So that's why V at certain temperature will be equal to V naught V capital divided by 273. So this law states that volume at a definite quantity of the gas at constant pressure is directly proportional to temperature at a constant pressure. So this is the derivation of critical form of the Charles law. Suppose the volume of gas at 0 degree centigrade is a V naught, volume at 0 to 1 degree centigrade is V naught 1 over 273. Volume at 2 degree centigrade V naught over 273. Volume at any temperature, which is already I have mentioned here, V naught plus V naught T over 273, and the speed at certain temperature is 1 plus T over 273. So take out this one, V naught 273, then 273 and temperature is equal to absolute temperature, or we call it Kelvin temperature, divided by 273. So this will be equal to V over 273. That's why volume is directly proportional to the temperature. So it means that at a constant pressure, the volume is directly proportional to the temperature. V1 over T1 is equal to V2 over T2. This will be a V1 over T1 is equal to V2 over T2 is called a Charles law, and if you are going to plot a graph, volume and temperature, you will get a straight line. This is the T1 temperature, and if you are going to change the pressure, then you have to another straight line, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6 like this one. So when you are going to increase the pressure P1, P2, P3, then the line is going to be formed here. So P at 1 atmosphere, 2 atmosphere, 3 atmosphere, 4 atmosphere. So this is going to be decrease here. This is the increase in pressure, P1 atmosphere pressure, 2 atmospheric pressure, 3 atmospheric pressure, and 4 atmospheric pressure. So this is going to be moved towards the temperature. The equation for the Charles law gives a straight line. Prove that plotting the graph between volume and temperature, different straight lines are obtained with the different pressures, which are at a constant quantity. Each constant pressure line is called isobar. These are called isobars. Isobars. Dear students, we done the absolute zero. I told you minus 273, minus 273.15 degrees Celsius is called absolute zero, which is the least temperature for the gases. At this temperature, all the gases either change minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. Before reaching this temperature, all the gases change into liquid form or solid form. So according to the critical definition of Charles law, at a constant pressure, the volume of given mass of gas increases or decreases by 1 over 273 of its original volume at 0 degrees Celsius. By 1 degree Celsius rise or fall of the temperature is called critical form of the Charles law. The same equation which we done before is given here. So let the volume loss is called ideal gas. This is at 0 degrees Celsius by volume. This. So we done this previous. Volume at minus 1 degree centigrade will be equal to V naught minus 1 over 273 like this, and volume at minus 273 degrees Celsius will be equal to V naught minus 273 divided by 273. V naught is equal to 0. So this is called 0 Kelvin. Exactly 0 Kelvin we called our absolute zero. So when you are going to plot extrapolation means before minus, so the gases start to liquefy or solidify. Because hydrogen gas is a non-polar gas, lighter gas, so it's changed into liquid at very low temperature, near about this 273. So different gases liquefy at different temperatures. So this minus 273.15 degrees centigrade is called the absolute temperature. Effect of decreased temperature at definite volume of the gas at a constant pressure. So this is the extrapolation of the, when you plot a graph, means 0 towards 0, minus 100, minus 200, minus 300 in the Celsius scale. So this you will, if you reach this is the lowest possible temperature for the gases. Before reaching this temperature, all the gases liquefied or solidified. So that the temperature at which the volume of the gas reduced to 0 is called absolute temperature. 0 means there no more gases. For this reason, a new temperature scale has been developed, which is called Kelvin. That is degrees Celsius plus 273. Degrees Celsius plus 273 is called Kelvin. Minus 273.15 plus 273.15 degrees Celsius is called 0 Kelvin, which is equal for all the gases, well as lowest possible temperature for the gases. So all the gases liquefy or solidify before the temperature is going to be reached. So that's why minus 273.15 degrees centigrade is called absolute zero. Significance of the absolute zero: it is not possible to have an absolute because it changes into liquid or solid. Already I told you, gases do not reach. At 273.15 degrees centigrade, the gas particles do not move and volume of the gas become very low. Minimum, that's why gas molecules are either changed into liquid or solid. Absolute zero may be initialized to get a Kelvin scale temperature starting from the minus 273.15, which is called 0 Kelvin. So this minus 273.16 or 15 degrees Celsius is called absolute zero, which is the lowest possible temperature for the gases. So dear students, a very simple example is given according to Charles' law. Example number 4.7, if you see in your book, 50 centimeter volume V1, 15 degrees Celsius T1 at 273 back Kelvin, 50 degrees Celsius again at Kelvin 273. The volume, so V1 over T1 is equal to V2 over T2. So dear students, you have to calculate the volume of the gas. Then you will have a 56 centimeter cube. So likewise you have to calculate this one. So I am going to do the activity here. law. So V is equal to, this is activity 0.167 T. Calculate the temperature when the volume is 50 decimeter cube according to Charles' law. According to Charles' law, so volume is a 50, okay, we write 50 decimeter cube and 0.167 T. So if I am going to take out the temperature, then 50 over 0.167, the answer comes about 26.40 degrees Celsius. And now change into Kelvin. Change into Kelvin. This is the answer. Pressure remains constant. This activity, if you want to do this one, do it. Avogadro's law. Avogadro's Italian scientist, 1776 to 1856. In 1811 proposed that given volume of any gas at a fixed temperature and pressure must contain same number of independent units, means particles, same number of atoms, same number of molecules, same number of formula units, same number of ions. In 1811, the Amedeo Avogadro proposed that volume of any gas at a fixed temperature and pressure must contain same number of independent units, same number of independent units, independent particles. These particles may be atoms, may be molecules, may be formula units, may be ions. These particles, already I told you, may be atoms, molecules, or both. This means that equal volume of two gases at a fixed temperature and pressure, the number of molecules of both will be always same. Equal pressure contains equal number of molecules is called Avogadro's law. Equal volumes of all gases at the same temperature and pressure contain equal number of molecules. This is called Avogadro's law. So you know the Avogadro's, Amedeo Avogadro's give a constant value 6.022 into 10 raised power 23 particles. Particles may be atoms, may be ions, may be molecules, may be formula units. So if you have any lighter gas or heavier gas, whatever may be the mass of the gas must be equal to Avogadro's number. So this is 2 atomic mass unit, 2 grams, 1 mole must be equal to 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. Hydrogen's molecules, so we write molecules. Sulfur dioxide gas 64 AMU, 64 grams. 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. molecules. So this 1 mole of all gases contain 6.02 to 10 raised to power 23. For the helium monoatomic gas is also same. So dear students, there is a one thing we call molar volume. 1 mole of any gas, 1 mole of lightest gas, heavier gas, irrespective of their masses, 2 grams, 64 grams. 1 mole of every gas contains 22.414 decimeter cube. Is called molar volume. 22.414 decimeter cube is called molar volume. 1 mole of any gas. 1 mole of any gas contains 22.414 decimeter cube is called a molar volume because here is given. So he said that if you are going to calculate the mass of the hydrogen gas, it has been calculated if you have 1 decimeter cube of hydrogen gas, its mass will be the mass of the hydrogen gas. Students, molar mass of hydrogen gas is at 2.016, 1.008 for the 1 hydrogen multiplied by this divided by the molar mass, 22.414. So you will get the mass of the gas that is equal to 0.09. grams. If you have oxygen, then 32 divided by this. If there is sulfur, you have sulfur dioxide, 64 divided by this. If you have helium gas, 4 divided by this. So every gas have different masses. So it has been calculated that if you have a 1 decimeter volume of the gas of the hydrogen, the mass will be at STP, standard temperature pressure, 0.09 grams at STP of the hydrogen gas in 1 decimeter cube. This is the molar volume. So volume, this is the mass of hydrogen gas at STP when you have a 1 decimeter cube volume. Molar mass of hydrogen divided by molar volume, you will get the mass of the any gas. So this is given here, calculation is given here. So all the gases have the same molar volume, but the masses are different because different molecular masses are atomic masses, which are given here also. Just like 1 mole of chlorine gas, if I write 1 mole of chlorine gas, that's 71 grams Avogadro's number and 22.4 decimeter cube. All are given here. Now students, significance of the Avogadro's law. So Avogadro's law can be calculated by the mass, volume, number of particles. Number of particles also we will be able to calculate. Chapter number 1, you done this. Grade 9, you done also. Number of particles is equal to moles multiplied by Avogadro's number. Number of moles multiplied by Avogadro's number, we will be able to calculate the number of particles. So here the numerical example number 4.9. Mass, volume, number of particles of the gas. Calculate number of molecules, number of atoms, number of moles, and volume. Molecules and atoms, moles, volume. 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters you have to calculate, and the gas is ammonia. Mass of ammonia gas is given 10 grams at STP. Simple, you done before this. So first calculate the number of moles. Mole is equal to mass in gram or molar mass. So mass 10 grams, molar mass 17 grams per mole. You will get answer 10 over 17. So your answer is 0.588 moles. 0.588 moles of ammonia. This is your answer. Number 2, molecules of ammonia. Already I told you molecules go moles multiply by Avogadro's number. So moles multiplied by Avogadro's number, you will get the molecules. The answer is a 3.45. 3.54 into 10 raised to the power 23 molecules of ammonia gas. This is the second answer. Third, atoms of ammonia. Atoms equal to molecules 3.54. 10 raised to the power 23 multiplied by the atomicity. Number of moles multiplied by the atomicity means number of atoms present in the gas. So number of atoms 1 plus 3 4 multiplied by 4. This is called atomicity. So molecules multiplied by the atomicity, you will get number of atoms. So this will be 14.16. 14.16 into 10 raised to the power 23 atoms of ammonia. This is the question number 3. Then the volume, you have to calculate the volume. The volume will be is equal to the moles multiplied by the molar volume. Moles multiplied by molar volume. Number 4. Volume of ammonia at STP. So moles 0.588 multiplied by 22.414. You will get the volume of the gas, that is equal to about 13.176 decimeter. These answers are 4. First, moles, mass to gram per molar mass. Molecules, moles multiplied by Avogadro's number. Atoms, molecules multiplied by atomicity 4. Volume, moles multiplied by the molar volume at standard temperature pressure. You will calculate the number of volumes. So dear students, there is an activity. Students, you have to calculate yourself. This is a homework for you. Calculate the number of molecules in 1 decimeter cube of the oxygen, 2 decimeter cube of molecules is equal to moles multiplied by the Avogadro's number. So dear student, you have to calculate first number of the moles. This formula you have to use. Volume is equal to moles multiplied by molar volume. So students, moles will be is equal to volume divided by molar volume. Moles is equal to volume divided by molar volume. So volumes are given 1 decimeter cube and 2 decimeter cube. Students, molar volumes are constant 22.414 decimeter cube. So then you will be able to calculate the molecules. The volume is given, molar volume is a constant divided molecules of individual gas, oxygen gas, hydrogen gas, nitrogen gas, volumes are given. This is very simple. Dear students, this is about the Avogadro's law. Inshallah, next topic, we will start very important topic that's called ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation, just I am going to give you about ideal gas equation. General gas equation, ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. We have to derive this equation in the next lecture, inshallah. P is the pressure, V is the volume, N number of mole, R is the gas constant, and T is the temperature. So inshallah, next lecture we will discuss. Thank you very much.